what are you getting all these mailers about? You're probably getting a crap ton of mail if you're a homeowner about do a refinance now, rates are at this level, do an IRRRL. What even is an IRRRL? So I want to break this down in this video on what is an IRRRL, what is a refinance, how does this work if you're a veteran, especially when you're leveraging your VA loan. So first of all, IRRRL stands for Interest Rate Reduction Refinance Loan. What this does, it is a streamlined process available to veterans using the VA loan to lower their interest rate in a smooth, easy manner. So the way that this works is typically you have to lower your interest rate by minimum 0.5%. That is the minimum required by the VA. What I recommend is, just because that is the minimum doesn't mean it's the best solution for you. My personal rule of thumb before you do any kind of refinance is that you want to lower your interest rate by 1 full percent. Why? Just because there's a minimum in place doesn't mean it's the best use of your time, energy, money, all that good stuff. But when you lower your interest rate by 1 full percent, you can actually see a decent amount of savings in your monthly payments. 0.5%, unless you have a high loan amount, typically won't do that much for you compared to a full percent. So the way that the IRRRL program works, it's extremely easy compared to when you bought the home. There's no appraisal, there's no home inspection. The underwriting process is very simple. Can I lower your interest rate by minimum 0.5%? Again, my rule of thumb is 1% before you do this loan. And can I show that you're saving money every month? If the answer is yes, you can get approved for this. Now, if you are a veteran watching this and you've had issues doing a refinance, the big things that you need to keep in mind is some lenders will require you to have a minimum credit score before they'll do a loan for you. Doesn't matter if it's a purchase or a refinance, they may still require you to have a 620 plus credit score. The other thing that you need to keep in mind, vets, is that you want to make sure that your payments are on time. We have to see that you are currently making your on-time payments. You have to have 6 on-time payments to be able to qualify for a refinance. So if you're behind, you need to make sure that your payments are on time. If you did not know, you have until the 15th of every month, regardless of who your mortgage servicer is, to make your monthly mortgage payment. Once it hits the 16th of the month, your mortgage is now deemed late. So the IRRRL is a great program. You could save money. You could just really just benefit from this if you had a high interest rate. But let's dive into what the other loan program is that you're probably getting harassed about. It's called a cash out refinance. What they're trying to do is have you pull equity out of your home. But if you're somebody like myself who has a low interest rate of a 2.25, what they're not telling you is that you're gonna lose that frickin' interest rate. So why is that the case? And why are they trying to push you to this loan program? Well, first and foremost, they're pushing you to that loan program because they don't care about your best interest. They're trying to have you think, hey, we'll give you this big pot of money, but don't worry about what happens over here. So yes, I can give you a large lump sum of money with a cash out refinance that is tax-free, but I'm going to take your 2.25% rate and offer you whatever rate is available to you in today's current market. That could be a 5.25, it could be a 6.25, it could be as high as a 7.25, depending on your credit score, debt to income, things like that. So if you are getting harassed about a cash out refinance and you're feeling really hesitant about it, you need to know that you're going to lose that low interest rate. If you have a high interest rate, you can even lower your interest rate during a cash out refinance. Okay, you're going to today's market rate. But where I see veterans get screwed over with the cash out refinance is they're giving up a 2.25 for a little bit of cash on hand. And depending on what you're going to do with that cash, I would advise you not to do a cash out refinance. So please, 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 before you give up that low interest rate and increase your monthly payments for a wad full of cash, make sure you have a good game plan for it. All right, you don't want to go spend this on that new Charger, all right, at the club. That's not what this is for. You want to do it for home renovations. Maybe you're investing in something. Maybe you're even buying another property with those proceeds. Those are all great things to do with the proceeds of a cash out refinance, but just spending that willy-nilly is not a good financial decision, especially when you're giving up that low mortgage payment, that low interest rate. And big thing is that they're probably not telling you, you're restarting your loan terms. So if you've been in your 2.25% rate for the past 5 years, you've paid off 5 years of your principal, your interest, you're gonna restart again at 30 years with doing a cash out refinance unless you opt into a lower loan term like a 15-year mortgage. So these are the big differences that I see between the two popular refinance programs that they are targeting veterans for. I know myself, I get mail all the time. Rates are at this, rates are at that. If you're seeing anything with a rate that's showing like 3%, it's probably bullshit, if I'm just being honest with you. If you want a no BS rate consultation, reach out to my team and I will tell you exactly where rates are based on your credit score. I don't even need to do a hard credit check to give you the information. Unlike those people sending you those mailers, sending you those text messages, calling you, telling how great their rates are, they're gonna make you go through the entire application process before they even give you a lick of information. Why? Because they want your info, they wanna harass you, they want you in their system, and then once you're in their system, they're gonna continue to bother you because according to mortgage laws, once you interact with a mortgage company, they can solicit you for 18 months according to law. 18 months they can solicit you. So that's why they're trying to put you in their system. They want to be able to bother you legally, because if you were to tell them, stop calling me, put me on the do not call list, they have to do it. But once you open that Pandora's box, they have 18 months to bother you, harass you, and reach out to you. If you like this information, please be sure to subscribe. My name is Zach. I'm an Army veteran, giving us the education information we didn't get when we were in the military.